Good morning, more afternoon now. I've decided, since most of the snow has melted away, to let the girls out before the next snowstorm. I mean, it is cold, it is windy, but the snow is a really deciding factor when we let them out or not. They choose if they want to go out. It's up to them. And we just leave their run open. They come in and out if they choose. And I just put in some fresh grain, so a lot of them are in there hecking away. And we hope that they get, to stretch their wings a little. 'Cause it's not good for them to be cooped up all the time. It really isn't. And we are getting a whole bunch more snow, so thought I'd let them have some fun. Of course, they poop right outside the door for the run. I'll watch my step. Anyway, thought I'd go and give you a quick tour of the build of the land, so you get an idea of how it is here. So, just leaving my porch. We do live on a highway. We have 2 duplexes put together. Which makes 4 units. All very nice neighbors. This is the front of the building. There isn't much space in the front for the chickens to roam, but of course they go straight towards the road. That age-old philosophy, why the chicken cross the road. There's Charlie. Yeah? You're cold, huh? It's cold. It's nice, but the sun's out, but it's cold. There are fire pits right in that back area over there. And right behind that is our compost. So we keep it far enough away from the neighbors so they don't smell it, although it really doesn't smell. The chicken coop smells more, and it barely even smells. And then there, right over here, we have the chickens. As you can see, they're right on the back of the garage, so they're protected, which is very beneficial. And then when they go out and start wandering around, the neighbors can see them. And there's Charlie. And they all love the chickens. They find them funny. They're very entertaining. Hi, honey bun. I know you probably want to go inside. So we have this giant hill right up the back here. That's where most of the property is. And it goes on for quite a ways. Obviously, most of the 10 miles is up on that side. I'm going to go and show you the compost shortly. And also the garden. Charlie's afraid of the chickens. The chickens don't put up with him. He hunts everything else, but not the chickens, which is good. So here's our compost. This is where we put lawn scraps and chicken manure. We have 3 mounds. Chicken manure takes about 2 years for it to actually decompose, enough for you to put it on the garden. Charlie's chicking it out. You smell Charlie. And as you can see, they have different looks to them. If I'm not mistaken, this one right here, that's the oldest. That's the one that's ready to go out on the garden, hopefully this spring. That would be nice. And then that's the year after that. It's about 6 months actually. So first 6 months, second 6 months, and this is our freshest pile. We started this right before this winter, so it's right on schedule. He's freezing, but he's stubborn. He's following me around. This is being able to hunt every single day. He's driving us nuts. So I actually had to go back inside my house and warm up my phone. It stopped. It actually closed itself down because it was so cold. Weather channel says it's 16 degrees but it feels like 3 with the wind and the dew points. And it feels it. Definitely feel it. And there's the chickies. Hi, girls. They're so happy right now. So that's our other compost. Neighbors go and drop off food scraps in there. We try to live as minimal as possible. Try not to trash, get rid of trash as much and whatnot. Oh, one's behind the tree right over there. So we saw a whole bunch of tracks around this area when we had snow. We put up our trail cam right there. I have video of it. And... Hi! What's up, girls? We were trying to see what was tracking through there. And unfortunately, the light from the garage made it almost impossible for us to see, well, impossible to see anything when it got set off. So the night vision wasn't working. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go and visit the garden. That's our water tank system. The garden's pretty far from the actual house, and we don't have a faucet over here, we don't have a spigot, so instead of bringing a hose back and forth, which we did do for years, last year, I believe it was last year, we set up the water tank system. So our water tank is a 275 gallon tank. We dug out a pit and we leveled it, and it actually is gravity feeding into our garden. So all you have to do is turn it on and water the garden. It's wonderful. Now you're wondering, how do we get the water to the tank? Well, oh, they're so happy right now. We actually have a rain barrel system off of our gutters of the house. Mitch went and set that up, and we use a pump, and it only takes maybe 10-15 minutes to pump out those two 50-gallon tanks. So 100 gallons worth of water when we've had a good rainstorm. It really just takes one good rainstorm and it will fill up. And we pump it straight into the tank over here, and that lasts for quite a while. So it's wonderful. It makes it a lot easier. Right behind these hemlock bushes or trees is the garden. We just expanded it this year, last year I mean, and I learned that soil is different here than back where I'm from in Washington State, so it'll get amended this year. It's a raised bed garden. We changed the layout too this year too. So my herb garden is right in the back here. It's expanding. I'll probably expand it a little more this year too. I have echinacea, bee balm, lavender, blueberries planted here. We have yarrow that grows wild all over around this garden. It's one of my favorites. Lamb's quarter we have growing wild all over the place, and I don't kill it, I use it. It's a very good herb. If you'd like to learn more about it, you can check out Doug and Stacy. Stacy did a whole section on lamb's quarter. So my mint's right in the back here, which is the only thing that did well in this back area. Oh, what do you think you're doing, eh? Huh? It's alright. Our strawberries are right in the front. This section right here is all strawberries. We had onions and garlic, well, onions growing in between it, and we have parsley up in the front, which come back every single year. So the garden is 11 feet by 22 feet. It's been here for about 9 years. And we're thinking of maybe this year, maybe then a year after, doing another raised bed right here. About the same, but a little thinner, but out of wood instead of rock. These rocks actually we pulled from from the ground, because it's the Grand Estate for a reason. There's No soil without rock. When we actually did the water tank up in that corner, we had to pull boulders by hand out of that area just to make it flat. It was quite a workout that day. Hi! You girls shouldn't be around here. Come on. Are you following me? Yeah, you are. So this is the garden. As you can see, it's right next to the highway. A big old rock wall. But it's interesting, no one notices the garden here. They'll drive right by it. And the neighbors, when it's a good year, they love it because I give them fresh produce. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna get them back to the property before they get too close to the road. All right, bye guys.